Welcome to Runeterra Academy Extracurricular Activities Week 11. I am PVS, joined here with Headmaster Red as usual. Well, I guess we can start it off by going over the previous events that happened last week. Starting off with the freshman playoffs, of course. The Donut Shop took a 3-1 victory over the QG Pawns.
Yes, I should also preface this with the fact that I am in a hotel on a new microphone. Also, if anybody plays Genshin Impact, I made a purchase and my purchase was declined, but I got the crystals anyway. Will I get permit for using them? Please let me know in the comments. Anyway, yes, Donut Shop 3-1. Was close. We were gonna go 5 games. Gonna be
Close smile.
honest.
The Donut Shop is formerly TD Frost.
Yeah. Used to be TD Frost and left the TD brand and is now the Donut Shop. And they're actually going to be returning next season in sophomore.
Very moving up in the league. That's what I
Graduated.
like to see.
They won freshman and they graduated. They can literally only go up from here.
Correct. Well, I mean, I guess we can just move on to the sophomore.
Well, yeah, I
bracket.
mean, wait, let before we do that though, we could talk about like who we thought was like the finals MVP. You know, we could do that kind of stuff.
We could.
No, that's a curveball. You definitely weren't prepared for
I
that.
was not ready for that. I don't even know who plays on these teams then.
Oh my god.
I know Sadalo played on QG Fawns.
Right.
Who is it? Chinese Spy? That was probably my MVP. On
Chinese Spy?
Donut Shop, yep.
Oh, yeah, and then Jason K-Boy was my MVP. That was pretty pog. Pretty pog series. Glad to see the Donut Shop come out with the W.
Yep.
They're dominant all season.
Yeah, if anyone wants to watch that long series, there's a VOD up on our Twitch, by the way. So you can always get your highlight clips and stuff from there. No problem.
And another thing to point out, that was a Cloud versus Infernal matchup.
Correct.
And it was very important for Cloud to win, as we'll see later on.
Yeah, well, I guess now we can go on to the sophomore bracket.
Yeah. Now that I've wet the palate.
True. All right, so we had Legends Outlaws versus TD Blaze. LEO took a 3-1 victory over TD Blaze in the sophomore grand finals, and they are your champion.
Yeah, that one happened last night. I really thought we were going to get 5 games.
Yeah, LEO started throwing a little bit, not gonna lie. They probably should have 3-0'd, but they do a little trolling.
Definitely did quite a bit of trolling. And it got real shaky there. Because TD Blaze was starting to bring it back. I think at game 4 they were up quite a bit, weren't they?
Maybe.
Game 5, yeah. Can't remember, but LEO ended up closing it out. And yeah, I think it was pretty straightforward who the MVP for that series was. Right? Like Mako was just absolutely.
Yeah, Mako on that Echo game where he backdoored the Nexus was pretty important, you could say.
Yeah, and Dallas was the MVP if we only count the first 2 games.
Yeah, that Viego game was a little bit rough, not gonna lie. You had, what was it, like 13 deaths at the end?
Yeah, game 3 and 4, I'm pretty sure I said something like his little brother logged onto the computer because it was a completely different player.
Yeah.
But they ended up getting the series anyway. They'll take the first ever championship for the sophomore class, which was very hype. Big win for LEO and House Mountain, taking down Cloud, which is also important. You know, all these matchups ended up being pretty important.
Yep, first and second. You don't think they're too far apart, and you don't think it'll matter because it's only one number apart. But in the end, I mean, we'll see how impactful these last games are.
Yeah, any movement is extremely important. So.
All right, well, let's hop on over to the junior playoff bracket. Yesterday we had, well, not yesterday necessarily. We had Legends Spartans reverse sweeps Enigma to move on to face Puds in the losers finals.
Yeah, about as Legend Spartans of a series as it could get, I would guess.
Yeah,
Uh, Enigma looked like they were going to come out with a quick 3-0. And then all of a sudden, Legend Spartans just started playing League of Legends, I guess, because they weren't doing that the first two
they
games.
use their
Um,
hands.
yeah, maybe it turned on their monitors or something, and they look really good right now. Not to like maybe I don't know this Ravens man, but ever since he stepped down, the team has gotten so much better.
Yeah,
Uh,
kind of maybe a coincidence, you could say.
yeah, maybe it's just a coincidence. Maybe it's a timing thing. Who knows? But ever since he stepped down, yeah, the Legend Spartans has become a completely different team. Um, and they're looking like they could threaten Puds.
Maybe. I mean, as Jizuke said, I can't win a game with Deathly. I'll just leave that there.
Oh, that's a little that's a little toxic.
No, 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 no. That's Jizuke saying that. There's no toxicity in pro play.
Okay, okay. So Legend Spartans doing a good job clinching that loser semifinals victory. They will be clinching themselves a cut of the prize pool.
Yeah, at
Um,
least $75 for themselves.
right, which means 2 out of the 3 Legends teams got a cut of the prize pool at least, which is
Yep,
and that's a big dub for Legends organization there.
money in the bank.
Sure, for sure. And then we will be seeing Puds versus Legend Spartans, which is an Ocean versus Mountain matchup, which is a matchup that won't matter in terms of houses.
Yeah, it
So
really does not matter at that point. It's pretty much
yeah.
just Cloud and Infernal going at it at this point.
Yes, and actually to touch on that, we can move over to the senior bracket.
Alrighty. So we had Akuma Blades versus OMT Athena in the loser semifinals. Akuma Blades took the 3-1 victory, and they are moving on to face the sister team of OMT Ares.
Yeah, a little bit of unfortunate circumstances for OMTA. They just could not field 5 people and had to use an E-sub. And in the playoffs for this league, we're really tough on E-subs. We believe that you should be playing with the roster that you came in with, and E-subs in playoffs are not good. They're not
Very, very
usually
discouraged.
very discouraged. So we allow people one, and you lose all of your bans for every game that they play on. It is supposed to be pretty punishing because we don't want people to do it. So they lost all of their bans for all 4 games. They ended up winning game 1, and then they would assume they mental boomed after game 2 because I think game 3 and 4 had less than 30 minutes total game time between the two. They both ended around 15 minutes.
Yikes.
So yeah, Akuma Blades taking advantage of the stuff that the hand they're dealt, play against Ares. Um, and I guess maybe a little spoiler. Uh, that's an Inferno versus Cloud matchup. In fact, that is the matchup that's going to matter most for the rest of the season in terms of houses. Um, because G7 Mirage are House Ocean, Buds, and LES are Ocean and Mountain. And so, and the Junior has BBC, which is already Infernal, which are already positioned at first. So they can only go down. So basically, if whoever wins between OMT Ares and Akuma Blades, I ran kind of the numbers. That house is just gonna win.
Yeah,
Oh,
a very what was that? A very deciding matchup here between OMT Ares and Akuma Blades. No pressure, but you're only losing your house like $400 if you lose the game. So no
500.
pressure on that.
500.
500.
Um.
Sorry, some houses are missing teams.
So yeah, Infernal does would be only getting 400. Still $50 per team. That house. Still, yeah. Premier matchup. I think we've run the numbers. Mountain is close. They can't quite get first, no matter what happens. And it's no
Oh,
matter what happens in any other series. If OMT Ares wins, then Infernal wins House Cup, and if Akuma wins, then Cloud wins House Cup. I might be forgetting like maybe one other situation in which BBC, but that's kind of doubtful, I think.
yeah. All right.
Oh.
Well, you want to move over to the week 10 predictions and results? See what we got right and
Sure,
wrong.
sure. I know that's your favorite part.
Of
So
course, of course. It's got to be my favorite part. All right. Well, you can read these out since
well, I'm on about a 7-second delay, so you can read them
fair,
all.
fair. All right. So, the actual results of week 5 of playoffs for freshman and sophomore were TDS 3-1 QGP and LEO 3-1 TDB. While in playoff weeks 3 junior and senior, it was LES taking a 3-2 win over Zenigma and Akuma taking a 3-1 win over OMTA.
Right. So if we look at the senior one,
Yep,
notice that I was right and you were wrong.
correct.
And basically, because that's the highest ELO class, that's really the only one that matters.
Of course.
Um, and you were off by such a large margin that, I mean, you kind of just did worse than me, right? Like,
True.
we could just ignore the rest.
Yeah. Not the three perfect game or two perfect game predictions from junior and freshman, but yeah, we ignore those.
Yeah. We can ignore those and look at how poorly you did in the senior predictions. So yeah, congratulations, Red, for
Yeah, that
just
guy's
taking the dub this week.
crazy. I don't even know. I haven't talked to that guy in a while.
Big
But
W this week. I don't think there was really. I mean, the LES Enigma one was kind of a toss up, right? I feel like we were both thinking LES was going to do all right. I didn't think Enigma would play as poorly as they did in games 3 through 5. But that's what happens, you know. So, and then TD Blaze, I thought they were going to put up a better fight. And in fact, I think if you change one team fight around in game 4, TD Blaze probably does pull off the reverse sweep.
potentially,
So,
potentially.
yeah, everything else kind of went exactly as we predicted, though.
As we or as I?
As I predicted, because you got the AKM one wrong.
Oh, my
So,
bad, my bad.
yeah.
Well, if we move over to these week 11 predictions, you'll see I think we predicted the same. Same teams to win at least.
Yeah, we're getting into that territory where we're back in the top 2 teams playing for both junior and senior. So, uh, a lot of the times it's pretty clear cut who the advantage team, right? We both have Puds beating LES. I have LES taking a game. Um, I actually think this series is closer. I thought like I was giving Puds a lot of credit for playing like for like 3-1ing LES because I thought it was probably going to be a 3-2 either way. But you don't like when I predict 3-2, so I went 3-1.
Of
But you
course.
just said straight up 3-0, which
Yeah,
I just don't agree
I'm
with.
still on the Puds train, to be honest. Even after predicting LES to beat Zenigma, I still think Puds is the at least second place team in junior.
Okay, all right. Then we both have AKM beating OMT. I think this stems from the fact that OMT has had a roster rework since last time they played. Um, and while both of the players they're bringing in are good, don't think anybody would say that they're better than the players that they're replaced.
Yeah, I still think
Um,
AKM just has a better chance right now. I
right.
still don't think they're gonna beat G7 in the finals, but I still
I mean,
think they have the best chance to.
and who wouldn't want to see G7M versus Akuma again?
Of
I mean,
course.
like Akuma that's actually like playing well, be a pretty hype series. So yeah, it's to me the series are gonna go pretty straightforward. I think Puds and Akuma are gonna win. Then I think the BBC Puds series will actually be a 3-2 for BBC. Um, and then I think the Akuma G7 series is going to be like a 3-0 for G7, to be honest.
I agree with the second one, not with the first
Yeah.
one.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. I'm going
Okay.
3-1 Puds finals.
3-1 Puds?
Yep,
Oh, okay.
I'm on the duck
All right.
train.
Okay. Well, I just can't agree. I just can't agree. So let's hop over to the house standings.
Yeah, nice nice
Man,
short episode today, huh?
we are blowing through this.
Yeah,
Jesus.
21 minutes. Here we go. Okay, so we had TDS take the freshman playoffs championship, and we had LEO take the sophomore one. So those are the two locked-in teams for first place. Who do we have left that can move around? Akuma, BBC, OMT, as well as LES and G7 and Puds.
Okay. So I think what will happen is some key things to note. If everything goes as expected, right? If the first seeds end up winning, right? If G7M and BBC end up winning, that means each house will have a champion in it, which is pretty cool. Um, uh, 4 houses, 4 champions. It's pretty neato.
Yeah, that's not
Um,
planned. Smile.
not planned, of course. Um, like we said before, the AKM versus OMT Aries is probably the most important series of the season for houses. It is the most important series of the season for houses. AKM goes up, get at least second. That means Aries moves down to third. Then the rankings swap, I believe.
Yeah,
So
I sent the screenshot in the Discord chat earlier that it's a .1 rank average difference between COD and
yeah,
Infernal right now.
it's really close, and just a flip of one rank could literally be the difference. So, I mean, I guess there is a. Oh, no, I don't think so. I was gonna say maybe there's a situation where if BBC loses, no, it'd still require AKM to win. I'm pretty sure. So, yeah, that's why it's the most important
Yeah,
series this season. And
finals won't even matter.
basically, yeah. I mean, some people it's $50 on the line. You have horses in that race, so I wouldn't be surprised to see kind of a big turnout for that series. We'll definitely try to get on stream, and it should be a banger. Should be a banger. Like $500 on the line for that series.
Yeah,
Not
you
even a championship match.
can call it the $500 money match right there.
Yeah, something like that. Something like that. But yeah, that'll be fun. Excited to see how that goes. Hopefully they'll actually schedule it before Monday at 8 p.m.
Correct.
Because senior teams hate scheduling things. So that'll be a banger. And yeah, I think that's basically it though.
Yeah, I mean that's realistically all the stuff we have to go through.
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't even think we're probably not gonna even have a talk show next week
yeah,
because there's
there's so little
not gonna
going
be
on
much
right now.
to talk about. Yeah. Again, towards the end of the season, it's been a fun season. Um, for everybody who's watching, if you had fun, let us know. Uh, please join us for next season. We have spots in most of our classes remaining. Some of them are like basically full. Um, yeah, I would
Freshman,
get an
junior.
application. A freshman and junior. Well, here's what I told people: if we don't get 16 apps, because we're sitting at like 12 or 13 for both of those, we don't get 16 apps. It's not a first come first serve. Take the 8 best teams or the 8 most competitive teams.
Yep.
So, um, even if you think you're late to the party, you should still get an application in if you think your team is going to be competitive in those leagues. So, and then another thing, we'll be putting on a feedback form this week, basically touching on everything that we feel might need improvement, and then asking for community feedback. So we know where we did well, where we did poorly, and then uh, improve for future seasons. So
Yep. That's I think that's all we have for today. Very, very short stream today. It's not too bad, to be honest.
not too bad. So this is the AMA portion of the show.
With the 5
where
years.
you can just ask us anything. Or we'll just close it out.
Yeah, I think we'll just close it out at this point.
Yeah, we could just close it out.
All right. Well, thanks everyone for showing up. This has been Extracurricular Activities Week 11 here at Runeterra Academy. I am PVS, joined with Red, and we will see you next week for the senior and junior losers finals.
Week.